Hello, welcome to your lesson on watercolored pencils. Well then, let's get started. There I am. I need some supplies. I need watercolor pencils, a paintbrush, watercolor paper, water, paper towels, waterproof ink pens. Now I'm ready. It's on! We start by simply coloring just like you would with a regular colored pencil. Press hard for darker shading, or soft for lighter shading. Next, grab a paintbrush. Remove any excess water by touching the bristles to the side of the container. Now, just wet the area with the brush, and the pencil transforms into watercolor paint. A second approach is to apply a dark swatch of color on a sheet of scrap watercolor paper. Then wet your brush and create a puddle of water on top of the swatch. Now, dry your brush off and use the puddle like regular watercolor paint. The more watery the puddle, the lighter the color gets.
That's what I was thinking.
Now that you've learned the basic techniques, let's go over a few warnings. The lead in these and many other colored pencils can gum up the guts of an electric pencil sharpener. Only use the handheld sharpeners. You can lose control of the color if you have too much water on your brush. Instead, remove excess water by touching the brush to the inside of the water container. If necessary, you can also use your paper towel. Because watercolors are transparent, it will look patchy if you try to color a large area with a dark color. Instead, break the area up into smaller areas. Or, use a light color like yellow. Now let's take a look at some advanced techniques. Let your colors fade into each other like so. Then move your wet paintbrush back and forth. Notice the brush moves in the same direction as the seam between the two colors. Be sure to clean your brush off before you move on to the next blending. Otherwise, you could get purple in your yellow or something terrible like that. This technique also works great with fire. Create a puddle of color on a piece of scrap paper. And absorb a little into your brush. Now hold the brush over your paper and gently thump. The size of the splatters depends on how much water you soak up with your brush and how hard you thump. Got it? If not, here's a quick review of all the things that we've talked about. You can apply the pencil to the paper and then wet it using the brush. Or you can do whatever this technique is. But don't use too much water or it spills out everywhere. Don't try to color a large area the same color and don't use the electric sharpeners. And you can do this and this. Well, that about wraps it up. Just remember, excuse me. Hello, it is he. I see. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Sorry kids, it's a bit of an emergency. Tune in next time.
I turned my camera on. I cut my fingers on the way. On the way of slipping away. I turned my fingers on. Made me untouchable.